going back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do. There is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open.
All right, race fans, we are live tonight here in Darlington, South Carolina. The Lady in Black, that's right. And what I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be an exciting one here for the Carolina Reaper 177 here at Darlington. It is a Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice, and we have got some exciting racers out here and some exciting paint schemes that we'll get to talk about some points. We'll talk about a lot of things in the middle of qualifying. As always, I'm Joe White up here in the booth, cutting by Don Runkle. How you doing, Don?
Pretty good, Joe. How you doing tonight?
Man, doing awesome. We're here in the throwback tonight here at Darlington. Gonna have a lot of unique paint jobs out here that we're gonna get to talk about and showcase.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys out here that are having some throwback schemes. They're, showing some tribute to some drivers and all that stuff. So, we got a good points battle going on for that bubble position in 16th. We'll talk about that all tonight.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good one here, folks. So tune in. Right now, Mitch Rollo, the man on point. You got Nick Cohan sitting there in second. Like I said, we'll get you up to speed on what's going on with the top 16 because there's a tight battle between 14, 15, 16, 17th in that area. And only two races, actually one race after tonight before the chase starts. We're off next week for the Labor Day holiday. But man, and another thing we'll talk about throughout this whole entire night, and a lot of the viewers out there get to see and maybe get some help from y'all, as we got some help last week from the Truck Series, is these paint schemes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually loading up my trading paints right now to make sure I have all the accurate paint schemes downloaded because there's a lot of them tonight. I would say most of the field is probably coming out with a new paint scheme tonight.
And it's going to be interesting to watch and see what these guys. What's up, Joe? How you doing out there in Hazard? Tim, man, I see everybody's already tuning in, forming up here. It's good to see everybody looking to have fun here tonight at Darlington.
Yeah, this is a very hard track to get around. I participated in the Sim500 Xfinity race here last night, and I definitely got my fair share of Darlington stripes. And from what I'm hearing from the drivers, this setup is just it's just wicked loose all the way around this place. It's just the way it is at Darlington. It's just really hard track to get around. High line is pretty much the way to go. This place, it has a unique egg shape to it. So turn 1 and 2 are completely different than 3 and 4. So it's a really hard place to get around. That's why they call her the Lady in Black.
Yeah, absolutely. As we got right now, and you're right, a lot of these guys are going to get their Darlington stripe. Here's the thing you got to look at too. One groove. That's the way I look at it. It's hard to pass. Tires are probably going to become an issue as it gets on here. But we'll just have to see what happens. You already see the Hardy's car out there doing. That's a throwback. I know the Kel Yarborough back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to some of the drivers before the race, and they were, I was asking about fuel run, and they all laughed at me. They said, fuel run? Nah, tire run. They said, fuel is not even an issue here. They were saying, look at some of these guys to be pitting at like lap 30. 20, 30 laps in, these tires are about had it. Darlington just tears these tires to shreds. Tires are the biggest factor here. We talk about it all the time, each and every week at all these races, but tires are more of a factor here than probably anywhere else.
Well, with that said, absolutely, and I agree with you. We're going to grid these guys up here tonight at Darlington. Let's get them up here on the line because the man out front, Mitch Rollo, puts it on pole. Starting second, Nick Cohan. Third place man, Anthony DeBarro. Starting in fourth, Justin Fuller. Fifth place, Malik Ray. You got Nelson Rivera right there starting in sixth. Seventh place starter, Nick Silver. Eighth place man, Sean Casto. Ninth place, Nick Timms. And round out the top 10, Chad Coleman. So we look to the rest. I say it week in and week out, there's no shortage of talent out here on this field.
No, a lot of guys, like our points leader right there, Nick Cohan, starting second. And, it looks like some of these guys chose not to qualify. That's probably, they like Steve Gottschalk, better known as Nerf. He didn't qualify, didn't lay down a lap, probably just trying to keep his nose clean, maybe anticipate something bad happening at the beginning of the race. And this is one of those kind of tracks where you more race the track than you do other drivers.
There you go. And there's tracks out there, just what you just said, that you actually get into the groove of race the track, not everybody else out there. You just got to kind of get into that mindset to get yourself started. And what you were talking about, this place is tough. It is a grueling track after a while to get around.
Yeah, this is a long one too. I mean, 130 laps doesn't sound that long, but at this track it takes so much focus because, like I was saying before, one end of the track is completely different than the other. They drive completely different. You can get into turn 1 a little bit hotter. You can get in there, it seems like a little bit faster. You can maybe bring a little bit more momentum into the corner. You got to be really careful coming off. Turn 2 will get you a little loose sometimes, but 3 and 4, getting into 3, you really got to woe it down compared to turn 1. So these corners are completely different. It takes a lot of concentration. You can really kind of get turned around a little bit. Passing here is difficult. I mean, we're going to see a lot of action tonight.
And that's action that everybody wants to see here as we're getting set to start this race. And folks, yes, hopefully they get all fanned out maybe a little bit and get some good green flag running. I'm going to run down order here tonight because, I did it last week at the throwback at Darlington with the trucks just to show off these awesome paint jobs. I mean, obviously we'll get through the field here because I do like old Nick Cohan's there. Heinz ketchup car. Not sure who drove that one, but it is kind of cool looking.
Yeah, he's got a really nice paint scheme. As a matter of fact, I think Steve Gottschalk in the number 91 car, I believe Nick Cohan actually painted that car too, so that's actually a throwback for him too there.
Nice. Well, maybe somebody in the chat can chime in, do some investigating, reporting on it. Who drove the Heinz 57 machine in NASCAR? Because some of them I know, even though I've been watching NASCAR for a very, very long time, some I don't know. Old at heart. Not that old though, something.
There's a lot of paint schemes over the years, man. It's kind of hard to remember all of them. It gets a lot of them after a while.
Absolutely. Pace cars in. We're going green flag racing here for the Carolina Reaper, man. 177 Darlington. The green flag flies. We're racing here, folks. And then I tell you what, the man out front, Mitch Rollo, gets a good jump. But he's got Anthony DeBarro right there on his tailgate. Everybody's getting single file heading into turn 1.
Yeah, it's the first thing these guys are going to do is going to get single file. They really don't want to be side by side here at Darlington. The groove here is so narrow. it's so tight. They just want to run their race right now. So you can see they're all just spreading out single file right now.
Yes, they are. It's right there. You still got Mitch Rollo out front, Anthony Navarro there, Nick Cohan sitting in third. Everybody's kind of single files. We kind of look through this field here. Nelson Rivera right there sitting in sixth with Nick Silver. Patience. I mean, that's just something, man, we talk about sometimes in certain tracks, but they definitely going to have some patience this week.
Yeah, a lot of patience here because passing here is going to be so difficult to do. Early on, these guys are going to have new tires. They're going to love it. And then I guarantee you in about 15 laps, these guys are going to be screaming for new tires. Tires get chewed up here so quick. And, you know, you just got to try to keep your car clean to the end. That's all you can really do here.
Absolutely. Well, you talk about some of the awesome paint jobs. We got to talk about the points battle because after tonight, there's only one race left. We're off next week for the holiday Labor Day week there. And then we go to Indianapolis, which puts a conclusion to the regular season. And we start to chase after that. And 16 drivers will make the chase. So it's going to be interesting. And it is a tight battle, Don, you know, right there from 14th to 17th.
Yeah, we were talking about before the race. I mean, right now, driver that's in the bubble, that's good to go is Jonathan Goodell, but he's only in by 13 points above Nick Thames, who's in 17th. But there's also a tight battle between 14th, 15th, and 16th. They're all separated by 3 points. There's only 1 point separating each driver, so it's super close right now to try to get into that last bubble. We have 2 races left. This race, a race next week is, we have a week off next week, and then we have Indianapolis. So These guys are definitely still trying to battle to get into that bubble for the chase.
And it's going to be interesting. The biggest battle right now, obviously we know Jonathan Goodell, he wants to get in there. He's sitting 16th right there on the bubble. But he's got Nick Timms 13 points, like you said, behind him. Right now, Nick Timms sitting in 8th spot along with Goodell. We've already got a car spinning. That's Doug Roth.
Yeah, we see Doug Roth. It looks like he got I'm trying to see what happened to him there. He got some front end damage. I know that he hit that inside wall awful hard.
Let's watch the replay here and see what happened. Oh, caught the apron, and that thing just kept on coming around. And the 41, E.J. O'Rourke, got on the binders. He just got a little bit of love tap behind him. Nothing he could do, nowhere to go, but hard impact to the inside wall for the 43 machine there to throw back to the STP. Always love those from the Hippie Paint Shop organization there. They do a wonderful job, but just unfortunate. Not a Darlington stripe you want to see that hard.
No, he totally destroyed the front end of that car. Like you said, these cars are wicked loose coming off the corners, and I know we're only on lap 5, but these tires get chewed up real quick, and it's real easy to overdrive these Cup cars coming off the corners. These cars are so hard to drive here at Darlington.
I still want to hear out there who drives the Heinz 57 machine, who had the throwback paint job. It's close to the colors of the Coors Light machine of Bill Elliott, where it has this line down the side of it. But come on, folks, I know there's somebody out in the chat that knows who drove that style paint scheme back in the day. It's close to what I'm
trying to look it up.
Tim Richmond would have drove. I know, but he drove the Coffee's machine, the Folgers. Didn't Mark Martin drive Folgers also?
Yeah, he did a long time ago, and I have a picture here, but I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Heinz 57. I mean, I don't know if that was the technical sponsor or just the paint scheme itself there, but yeah. Now I know the Pennzoil machine back there.
Jimmy Spencer drove a Heinz 57 car.
Jimmy Spencer, okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing a number 57 Heinz 57 Jimmy Spencer car back in the day. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the number. Okay, HPS says he believes it was Johnny Benson. Possible. Okay. Ooh, that's taking him back to the day.
Right.
Like I say, it might not be the exact number and all. You have to kind of look at that paint job and go, okay, who drove that paint job? And it was one last week, I tell you, Don. Ooh, it stumped me and old Gerald up here. It was Nick Cohan. It was just a solid red truck. But I'm gonna tell you, there was some cool cats out there in the chat because they knew who it was. It was a gentleman that he drives in the truck series.
Yeah, that's funny how, you'd be surprised how many guys that just come out of the woodwork and they'll be able to know these paint schemes, and guys will just really be able to knock it off and know exactly who drove what. It's crazy.
Absolutely, and that's the thing about the night is, throughout the night, HPS says, yep, Jimmy Spencer. So, okay. All right, there we go. We got the answer.
right now, and that paint scheme right now is sitting in the front. So
It is. So it's bad fast. They called him Mr. Excitement, and Nick Cohan right now, he's bringing the excitement. So we'll definitely get to talk some more throughout the whole entire race as these guys get racing. Like I say, we're here for a while, and all we'll talk about a lot of things. Kind of like it gives us a lot here to talk about in the race. I mean, we already know these drivers have talent. Well, you know, there's no question of that, Don. We see that week in and week out. So it's good. We get to just sit up here and try to play trivia with what in the world they're driving.
yeah, I like that Tim Richmond paint scheme that Thomas J. George is driving there too. That's in second place. That's really, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that you know, I was looking at it. You know, Parker Klingerman actually drives that week in and week out himself.
Yeah.
You know, Tim Richmond back in the day drove that. Martin drove one close to it, but he also drove the Maxwell House machine.
Yeah, that's correct. I remember that. That's one of my favorite drivers.
Nicholas Solomon throwing out something. Hutch Strickland also drove it. Wow, now you're taking it way back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. See, I knew there'd be somebody out there come out with the scholar on these things. See, that's why we got the chat, man. Help us out. All right, pace cars pulling around. We're going back green flag racing here for the Carolina Reaper, and folks, that is from kickassbeefjerky.com. Check it guys out, man. It's a new brand they got. It's called Carolina Reaper. It's supposed to be very, very hot. So check it out on their website if you want to get it. And I believe, what is it, iRacing 10 for 10% off, I believe it is. There's a code or something there, Don. I can't remember. We'll try to get you the code. I know there's a code. Malik knows the code. We'll get with Malik. Pace cars in. Here we go. We're going back green flag racing as Nick Cohan's going to pull the field here at Darlington. As the green flag comes out of turn 4, very slowly, gets back on the throttle. Oh, and a spinning of the tires, and that's not good.
And we had a big checkup in the back there. It looked like it started maybe with Josh Parker. I'm not sure.
It did. He spun the tires and spun them awful heavy there. Don, watch this replay, and unfortunately, when he spun the tires, he took a lot of great drivers out with him here.
Well, look like he might have been checking up. I'm not sure what he would. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, he got into the 20. Chad Coleman, E.J. O'Rourke got a little bit of damage in that one too. Actually, looks like Sean Bounty got in there. Yeah, E.J. got all tore up. Everybody had to check up. Let's go back and watch the replay one more time.
A lot of cars tore up there.
Yeah, he actually, yeah, you're right. I thought he spun the tires, but let's go.
Looked like maybe he was reacting to a checkup in front of him that I didn't quite see, but it was just kind of a chain reaction. Usually on a checkup like that on a restart, it's usually something that happens in front of them, and it just kind of carousels back to the guys behind them, and that's usually where the wreck ends up.
Oh yeah, he got in the back of the 69 for some reason. I went to a different angle there, but man, just unfortunate. It could have been a lot worse, but it still took out about 3 or 4 different cars.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's you know, I don't know if any of those guys were on old tires or anything, and somebody spun tires. There was just kind of a checkup on the start, and that's what caused it. But yeah, that's just a shame right there.
Everybody came in pit roads. What is showing? The oldest person out there is Nick Cohan and Thomas George. Now, I know on the restart, Nick waited to the last moment. He might not have got going. I know Thomas George might have. I don't know if there was any spinning up there and to check the field up. Who knows? But it did get checked up a little bit. I thought that Josh spun the tires, but looking at a different angle, you're right. And hey, you know, that's racing. Nick's going to stay out again. You know, along with Justin Fuller and Thomas George, they're all going to stay out again here. And actually, if you look at Thomas George, he has damage on the front. So there was a checkup up front, way in front of Josh Parker. Hey, what's going on out there, dude? So there actually, you can see the damage on the front of Thomas George there, and he was sitting in third at the time. So that leads me to say that maybe there was a checkup on the front row somewhere. Again, you know, old tires. I love it.
That's usually how these, you know, when you usually got a checkup wreck like that, it's usually something that happens like 5-6 cars in front. By the time it gets back to those other guys, it just kind of, you know, like I said, accordion's back, and sometimes guys just can't get slowed down enough, and they just get into the back of each other. And unfortunately, Josh Parker ended up getting out of line, and a few other guys went with him.
racing, just one of them deals that happens. And boy, Nicholas Solomon, man, you're on it tonight. I tell you, he said Morgan Shepherd also drove a Heinz car too. I hear you.
Yeah, I thought when I was looking through on my phone, I thought it didn't say which driver, and it was a really fuzzy photo, but I thought it was Morgan Shepherd, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah, he's on it tonight. Hey, yeah, that's one of the things we're talking about here is we're looking at some of these throwback paint jobs, and some of them that I don't recognize right off the top of my head here. Maybe another one probably would be the one. I know it's not the right sponsor on it or anything, but the paint scheme, Scott Simley, with that blue, white, and red. Don't know who that would have looks like.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to figure out some of these paint schemes too. A lot of these guys, it's kind of like you said, it's kind of a trivia night trying to figure out who's who.
Well, that's what happened to us, man, this past Wednesday. That paint job sitting there on Scott Simley, the way that the Fusions is on the hood has got to take me maybe back to the Dodge days. Because remember when they had, I think it was the 440 Hemi or something like that on it, on the hood like that, the way that those Fusions are going. Obviously it didn't have to say Fusion, but that paint job maybe is taking me back to those days. Maybe again somebody out there can let me know.
Yeah, when they used to have the old, it would say the cubic inches on the side of on the hood and all that. Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, Ford might have done it back then, but I think it was most notably known for the Hemi, and Dodge really did that back in the day.
I know Mark Martin had an old paint scheme that had that on there, orange-white one.
Yeah.
Long time ago. But right now, points leading Nick Cohan. He's leading the field, man.
Yes,
getting ready to go back green.
HPS is Bobby
Jonathan Goodell up
Allison.
to fifth.
AMC replica done by HPS. Okay. You talking about Scott Simley's? Is that what you're talking about? As we're getting set to go green flag. We'll get back on that subject here in a second. Lights off. Man up front, Nick Cohan. You're right. We got a lot of new guys up front here. And Justin Fuller's right there sitting in second. Mitch Roll up back of the third. Pace car's in. Nick's got to be very careful. He's on the oldest set of tires out here. He gets a good jump. Start of the field here. Everybody gets going straight this time. Nick gets a good jump out front as everybody's heading into turn one.
Yeah, those guys are battling. It's like the top three are in line. Some of those guys back and further back are still side by side. Jonathan Goodell's on the bottom. He's trying to get lined up, trying to get in that high groove. It's really hard here. It's basically a single groove at this track.
Well, I tell you what, Parker Klingerman back there, he's on the move right now, up to 7. Nick Nelson Rivera along with Scott Simley. He's talking about Jonathan Goodell right there in the mix with Mike Kelly. Looking good. Corbin Hemstreet. All those guys trying to get what they can get here early because, like you said, tire wear is of utmost importance.
Yeah, tire wear is so important right now. I mean, these guys all have new rubber, or fresh rubber, so they're just trying to get as many positions as they can, trying to battle out on the track. Because they know later on passing is going to be pretty much impossible. And like you're saying, Parker Kligerman just got another spot. He's really flying up through the field.
Hey, man, he is known for doing that week in and week out. The man's on a rocket ship. He starts mid-pack, back in the field somewhere, sometimes up front, but he makes his way to the front in a hurry. Reminds me of Malik Ray there, who is another one that we haven't really talked much about, but he's in a different paint scheme this week. That is actually throwback to, I should know who that is. Penzol.
Look like Steve Park.
That's right. Yep, there you go, Steve Park. It's not too old, but I should know what it is. The one
it
that
looks
really
like a Steve
is.
Park one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. Once you said it there, that's absolutely right. And the one that really is puzzling me kind of is right behind him, Chad Cole. Obviously, he's got Transervice on it, but the paint job, it's got a Texaco star on it. I want to say back in the Davey Allison days, but man, it might be something different there.
Oh, you know what? I have to look through because I have some insight on this one because I'm in a private chat with this gentleman where he was talking about this paint scheme, and now I have to look through it while we're talking so I can try to figure out who it is.
All right, good. Yeah, because I'm just looking at the paint job itself. It's kind of unique. Obviously, the sponsor on it is the title sponsor of the series here for Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. There at Chad Cole, but the paint job itself, that one, I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's, I got it right here. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I know, actually, I don't want to spoil it kind of because I'm actually, I'm actually going through a group chat that I happen to be involved in, where he was talking about having this paint done.
Let's see if
and he was
anybody
actually
in the
saying,
chat.
he was
first.
actually saying nobody will know who this is.
Okay.
I'm going to replace
Well,
the logo with Transstar.
Let's do this. And all right, folks, I'm gonna get you a close up of it right fast. And there you go. There's your close up. Obviously, the Transervice is not the actual sponsor of what the car was, but the paint scheme there. Anybody out there know what that paint scheme is? Obviously, Don knows. He's got it already in a chat.
Got some
and whatnot.
inside.
He's got some inside knowledge for us. So, anybody out in the chat that might know who that is, and you know, throw your guesses out there. It'd be interesting to see.
I'll let you know if you're right.
It's got me puzzled. I think HPS said Kenny Irwin. These guys do a great job on the cars. Okay, yeah, they're doing an awesome job on them. Nick Cohan's still out front in this one, as Justin Fuller's still sitting in second. Justin Fuller's got another one throwback there with a, obviously, a lot of these paint jobs are different. Marty Robbins. There's another guy that said Marty Robbins.
Well, some of these guys, they want to keep their original sponsors. They kind of tweak the paint schemes to maybe fit their sponsors. And some guys, they do a full throwback. Like, I mean, right now you see Thomas George and Parker Kligerman. They're running 5th and 6th, and they're both running a Folger scheme. It's great. I love it.
And that's where the mystery comes in for us up here in the booth, and that's the excitement for the folks out there watching. Is you're right. These guys, they keep their actual real style sponsor. Obviously like gmercer.com and the Transervice and so forth on their cars, but yet they have the throwback paint jobs, and that's what keeps us on our toes. So still waiting to see if anybody's going to guess the one that Chad Cole's in. That one right there is kind of unique, but you're seeing right now Parker Kligerman, he is a man on a mission. He is already up to 5th.
Yeah, he started from 28th, way back in the field, and yeah, he is just flying right now through the field. I mean, the only person that's pretty much, started that far back and worked their way, up is Chad Cole maybe. But I mean, that's just incredible. From 28th to 6th at Darlington in the first 25 laps of this race is just really great.
Well, of course, if they had correct numbers, it would be easier. If they had the right sponsors on there, it'd be easier. But that's what makes the mystery of it, guys. That's what we're saying is a lot of these guys.
It fun.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun out here to go back and look. I mean, even though like you got Trey Edson back here in the number 10 machine, kind of looking at his paint job. I'm not familiar with who drove that car back in the day.
That might be a Joe Nemechek.
Okay,
I think that might be a Joe Nemechek.
Not.
Not sure though. I might be mistaken on that one, but just throwing it out there, I'm gonna guess Joe Nemechek.
Okay, all right, that's a good guess, and that's probably why I didn't, because I wasn't a big Joe Nemechek fan. But right behind him, Nick Timms, he's in a different one here.
Could be Kenny Irwin too.
Kenny Irwin, all right.
And I think Nick Thames is more of a personal one. I do believe that was I just because I talked to some of these guys, know some of these guys personally. I do believe that was a company that his father retired from after working for a long time. That's kind of a personal paint scheme kind of thing.
That's a nice one.
I do believe.
That was a very nice one there. Never seen him in there, but hey, if so, that's just a good tribute car there to his father, and that is awesome. And Joe Nemechek, I guess that's the one for Trey Edson. And you're saying Chad's running a Dick Trickle replica, is that right?
Nope. It's not Dick Trickle.
All right, so not Dick Trickle. So we're still waiting on the Chad Cole.
Not Dick Trickle.
Not Dick Trickle. All right. I definitely know Jose Gonzalez. That's Darrell Waltrip Mountain Dew machine. That's way back in that way 80s back there. Taking it back to one of his original Mountain Dew machines.
Yeah, Chad's gonna get a kick out of the fact that people don't know who it is. I think it's gonna be great.
I'll admit, hey, I'm up here and I don't know who it is. That's why I'm having to. I'm just going through the field here, folks. I'm looking and seeing and just showing off some of these great paint jobs. Like I say, I'll try to get a good rundown here.
Oh, caution!
Caution out, right?
Just came out. What did it came out for? I didn't see.
Don't know if that was Rick Thompson. Oh yeah, there it is, right there.
Rick Thompson.
Actually, it was the '83. Jason Barham.
Oh.
He's in the Kmart machine. He's normally in the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky, but again, him and the 76 will go side by side. It looks like typical Darlington, the 76 washed up the track, got right in the back end of him. And he
Yeah,
just got
Rick
in the wall and
Thompson there.
spun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so tight here. At Darlington, the cars off the corner, it's almost as if the groove gets smaller off the corner. It's like, you know, it's in the middle of the corner, it's like the groove widens out a little bit. Might be able to get some side by side, but man, coming out of the corner, it just really tightens up. And man, that's just battling. That's just battling for a spot there between those two drivers. That's all that is. That's just typical Darlington there. I mean, Rick Thompson's a good driver. Jason's a good driver. Those guys are just both battling for real estate.
All right, they're still guessing out there. Drew says Andretti.
Nope. I know who it is.
HPS
too,
says
I'm looking at
Lake Speed.
I'm looking at the private message that Chad sent to the painter, and the picture that he sent of the driver. So yeah,
that's cool. HPS says something about Lake Speed.
Nope, not Lake Speed.
Or he might have said Lake Speed for the 83.
I can give kind of.
The 80. Okay, Jason Burham. I think he's what he's saying. Jason Burham's in the Lake Speed machine.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Jason Burham, I think, is in the Lake Speed, the Kmart car. Or yeah.
Oh, okay. That's who they were talking about. John Andretti and Lake Speed both drove Jason Burham's.
Yeah.
Kmart car. Okay. Yeah, they're I forget, they're a little bit behind on us what we're talking about.
Yeah, a little bit of delay on the broadcast there. It looks like Nick Cohan's going to beat those guys out, though.
He's definitely trying to catch him up, man. He's in the catch-up car.
Anthony DeBarro. Yeah. Nick Cohan's definitely catching up in that catch-up car. That's right.
That is a nice one Mitch Rollo's got, that Hardy's machine.
Yeah, I like that one, too. That's a nice one, too. I've always liked that one. Yeah, Hardy's machine. A lot of guys out here. I'm trying to. Well, like you said, you go through the field later on.
Yeah, we'll get it down here. Hopefully,
showcase all these guys.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get them all fanned out there. I was hoping there that they'll get a green flag pit stop in, and then we'll just kind of go through the field. And but caution came out, so we'll wait. So the 82. Okay, HPS is going to take another guess. The number 82, Chad Cole, Rick Mears.
Nope.
What's Parker driving? Parker's always driving the Folgers car. That guy, for some reason, loves the Folgers car, so he's in throwback mode week in and week out.
Yeah, all the time. He's always in that one. I believe one time he was driving the old Papyrus 2003 car.
Yeah, that's a real throwback there, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Anthony, they're always in throwback mode. Anthony's always out there in the Silver Bullet number 5, which we know with Sterling Martin.
Yeah.
And no, Tim, you're not seeing double. Yes, there are two Folgers machines, Thomas George and Parker Klingerman.
Both running that Tim Richmond scheme right there. Is it Thomas George leading it right now? Did Nick go in the pits? What happened? What happened to Nick Cohan? Did he speed, go in the pits? What happened there?
That's a good question. Let me find out here.
Huh.
Holy cow, where did he go?
He's in 12th. I'm trying to figure out what happened to him. Did he go back in the pits? Looked like he did.
Let me,
Yep, he pitted again.
Well, he went into the pits. I didn't catch the first time around when he went to the pits, huh? I don't know if he got a speeding penalty.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The first time around. Well, either way, man, that's going to hurt. Because that puts him back to 29th. Now he's going to have to be patient back there in the back. He's got a fast machine. He does not want to get that thing tore up.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Well, that's going to put the other Folders machine up front, Thomas George.
It does. That is absolutely right, along with Mitch Rollo, as everybody's stacking it back up here again. Sean Castro right there in the mix. Anthony DeBarro and Parker Klingerman round out the top 5. We're here tonight with Carolina Reaper 177 here at Darlington. Throwback night, folks, here for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. And they penalized him. Okay, he must have been speeding on pit road and we just missed it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what they're saying out there in the chats. I hate to see that, man.
That stinks.
Yeah, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. But it's not over with. He's got plenty of time to get it up. Pace cars in. Here we go. We're going back green. Thomas George. Well, he's got his coffee, and he's about to wake this field up front as he's going to bring the motors to life. Green flag flies. He's out front, gets a good start. Mitch did not get the start he wanted, but on the bottom side, here comes Sean.
Yeah, Thomas George got a great start there going into turn one. Those guys behind him are still battling out. They get it sorted out. They're single file now. Looks like we're going to be single file all the way back.
Yes, it is. Everybody wants to get single file because most of the time this track is pretty much dominant one lane style groove here, as everybody, man, just paying attention, being very careful. Don't want to get up there and get in the wall. You can lose momentum here real easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to pass here. These guys are just trying to get it. And, man, look at Parker. He's just pressuring those guys. He's really trying to get up through there. He's really trying to pressure Anthony DeBarro there.
Just the way he always is. When he gets up there at the front, he can smell blood in the water, and he definitely wants that top spot right behind him there, as they are all still running. He's trying to get by Anthony DeBarro the best he can, but he does understand. He has a one groove, hard to pass here. You got to set the guys up.
Yep, there he goes right there. He's looking to the inside. He's going to try to make that pass on the inside, and it looks like he's going to complete it, diving into the corner there.
Man, that was a textbook pass here. Darlington
Perfect.
rode it down into the apron going in and letting it just drift up the track, and had enough room to do it. Made that pass. Made it look easy, actually.
Well, he's got that new rubber on there. He just pitted, so he's able to do that. He knows he's got the grip. He feels confident in his car to be able to make that pass, and he made a textbook Darlington pass right there.
Oh, yeah. Right now, we still, Jonathan's in the mix in the 9th place. Malik Ray there in 10th. Trey Edson sitting in 11th. Chad Cole has fallen back to the 12th place spot. Still nobody's figured out what Chad Cole's running out there.
Hey, if nobody figures it out by the end of the race, I'll definitely. You just got to remind me. I'll remember. I'll let everybody
We're going to
know.
find out for the end of the race. Because I'll pull him
Maybe
up
he'll
here.
be able to tell you at the end of the race. Maybe he'll be the
I'll
top
pull him
three.
up here before the end. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I want to know before the end of the race. AJ, who's got the AJ Ford car? Which one you talking about at the HP? Name out some names, because right now everybody's just kind of being patient. I mean, you're trying to get what you can get at this point in this track.
Yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, we were talking about at the beginning of the race. It's more of a track where you're driving the track more than you are driving, racing against other drivers. You just kind of want to run your own race here and stay in the grooves, keep your car clean, kind of get in the zone.
Another one
And
there
right
is,
now,
Nick Silver. He's got a nice paint job.
Nick Silver, 46R. Oh, yeah, I see it now, yeah. I like that Mountain Dew car in front of him, too.
Yeah, it's a Jose.
Jose.
Darryl Waltrip throwback, yeah.
Yeah.
It's way back in one of the original Mountain Dew throwback schemes there.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yes, it is. A good one here so far. These guys they're just being kind of patient. Let's kind of see if everybody's kind of settled down here. We might be able to get through a run down here and just show off some of these awesome, looking paint jobs.
Yeah, I was looking at Chris Caboo in the Kodak car. He's got an old Kodak car. That's a cool paint scheme.
No doubt. All right, well, let's try it here. Let's do the OSR Network rundown order here. Man out front, the Folgers machine. Throwback to the way back days there. He started 16th. He's currently sitting in first. That's Thomas George out front right now. Sean Castro right there. He started 8th. He is sitting right now in second, the number 59. Mitch Rollo, there's another one. He was on pole. He's got the Hardy's machine out there. Right now currently sitting in third. And here's a big mover of the race. Parker Klingerman started 28th, up to 4th place right now. And looking good, trying to get some more out here on the track at Darlington. Anthony DeBarro started 3rd. He's sitting in the 5th place spot. Nelson Rivera right there in the Verizon machine started 6th. He's sitting 6th. Scott Simley, 12th place starter. He's sitting in 7th right now. And that's a Hippie Paint Shops throwback there on the number 12. Mike Kelly is another one, the Nestle Quick machine. Started 19th. He's moved it up into 8th. And on the inside, you just saw Malik Ray actually take the spot over from him. So Malik's up to 8, puts Kelly back to 9th. Trey Edson, he started 29th. He's up to 10th place right now. Chad Cole is talking about it again. Who runs that paint job right there? I think he started 24th. He's currently up in the 11th right now. So he's made some moves towards the front. Looking good so far. Jonathan Cadell, there's another one. He's kind of maintained. Steady it goes. He understands what's in line. He is on the bubble, number 16, with one race to go in the chase to make the top 16. Right now, currently sitting in 12th. Corbin Hemstreet, He's sitting here in the 13th. He started 22nd. Nick Silver, he's at that Ford machine out there. He started 7th, kind of falling off place a little bit. He's back in the 14th spot. Justin Fuller, he's back in the 15th. He was up front at the beginning of this one, got a little bit of damage on his shot. Shane Ewing, he's another one here. He started 30th, has moved up to the 16th place spot. Now Jose Gonzalez with the Darrell Waltrip paint job there, who is currently sitting at 16th, started 23rd. And you got Nick Timms, and we're under caution
Justin
here.
Fuller. I was actually watching him when it happened.
Wow. All right. Well,
Justin Fuller
go
looked like
back.
he lost it coming off of turn 4 when he was right behind the 46
Nick
car.
Silver.
Nope. Yeah, he just lost it.
Yep. Wow. Tires.
Yeah, just overdrive it, just trying to make the pass, got loose, and yeah, just he tried to save it, but he didn't hit the wooden side wall, though. He didn't hit anything, so he did save that machine.
All right. Well, we got halfway through, so that's not bad. What's thinking about this race so far out here?
It's been a great race so far. I think it's been incredible. I mean, we've had some really good racing. It's just, it's just not enough passing with Darlington. That's just the way it kind of goes. And it seems like these guys are struggling with the setup.
Yeah, and you said it, tires. These guys coming off the turns is definitely something they're going to have to keep mindful of. Everybody coming on pit road here, and that's I don't think anybody's going to guess our thing out here, so I'm going to bring Chad Cole up. I'm going to let him.
You can't wait. You're like a kid that can't.
Well,
You have to open up his
there's
Christmas
nobody
present
out
on
there going to
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, there's nobody out there going to guess it, man. I think we've gave him enough time. Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it. I will say, I can give one hint. I would think that the name that the name is, it's a feminine name, but it's not a woman.
I don't know.
It's a feminine name, but it's not a woman.
Well, Chad Cole. Here we go.
Bring him up.
Chad Cole, Joe White and Booth, got a copy?
Yeah, we got you, Joe.
Well, it's throwback night tonight here for the Carolina Reaper 177 at Darlington, and we're just going through, me and Don, and just having a ball up here, calling us awesome action in the race. You're having an eventful night. You're looking pretty good, staying solid right there. But along with that, we're also calling out a lot of these paint jobs out here to see if people actually know who they are, and yours came to mind. I called it out, and we've tried to let everybody out there in the chat figure out who drives that. So I said, I
wouldn't spoil it.
I said, I know who it is. We're just going to bring the man up himself and let him tell us who actually drove the paint job that you got.
Yeah, there weren't too many number 82s in the Cup Series that I found looking on Racing Reference page, but one popped up that kind of stuck out. It was Janet Guthrie, 1980 Daytona 500 car, and we still got the Transervice sponsorship, but this is the paint she drove to 11th place finish in 1980 at the Daytona 500. So it's throwback to that. It's not the best looking car, but back then not a lot of them were that good looking. So it's ugly, but it's beautiful, I think.
It looks great on the car. I think it looks awesome.
A good throwback too there, man. And it's fun. Hey, also tell us real quick, and I think the lights on picture, but also real quick, how's the track out there tonight?
It's greasy, especially on exit. It's tight on entry, and it's not a whole lot of fun to drive. I did a 30-lap run in practice, and I had a couple Darlington stripes, and it's just a handful to hang on to. So 130 laps here, coming back to green in one lap, and I guess we'll have 80 to go, and it's still a long race. So I'm just going to try to use some patience. It's a tough track and tough drivers out here too. So just trying to race the track here.
Well, we always call you Mr. Consistency out there because, you're pretty consistent when it comes to things. You always find yourself up front somehow, some way. Well, good luck out there, man.
I appreciate it.
Good luck, Chad.
Thank you.
See if we can't get him back down here, and I think he was...
I don't remember where he was.
I don't either. Chad, where was you at?
Jose and Glenn.
That's
I got
right.
you. Okay. You know, folks, that's sad, man. I pull them out, and then I just can't remember where the heck
We can't
put 'em
remember
back.
where they were.
Oh, Lord of mercy. But yeah, there you go, folks. You got it. Throwback
Thomas
to
George
a
leading it still.
female paint job. Yeah, Thomas
Yeah.
George still out front. Parker Klingerman up there along with Sean Castro. Wow.
Mitch Rollo, Parker Kligerman, man, the man on the move tonight right now. 4th place, starts from 28th. He's just been killing it tonight. Might see a battle between the Folgers cars.
You know, and that's usually what it is. Yeah, he's got one win in the series as pace car ducks off on pit road. Thomas George out front. Here we go. We're going back green flag racing here at Darlington as Thomas George is going to bring the field around out of turn 4. And he gets back on it. Spun the tires just a little bit there on the start.
Yeah.
But he got going.
A little bump in there on the start from, you know, the checkup or whatever, but it looks like everybody got sorted out. Not nearly as bad as the first time it happened.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got in a single file line there as he just had to get going. And that just goes to show you, you know, they're not. Oh, we got a big crash.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. That's going to be back there with, I know Dan Denayer was involved. It actually happened in front of him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it myself.
Shane
Yep.
Ewing. I don't like him.
Shane
Sean. Every weekend and week out, I tell you what. But Shane Ewing right here. And they were just all battling back there. Actually, the 99 in front of him checked up, and then, Jose Gonzalez, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Wow,
Looked like he just checked up. Looked like Shane checked up for a driver in front of him, and maybe Jose just didn't get on the brakes hard enough. And
Yep.
it's just, you know, the guys are going so fast here through the corners, and there's only so many places they can go. It's so tight racing. That's just close racing there.
Ouch. Hate that on their end. Some tore up car.
Yeah, that was a shame.
I guess if we would have actually, if I'd have noticed something too, actually Chad Cole and Glenn Campbell running the same paint job.
Are they really?
They are.
I didn't notice that.
Well, one has got black with pink on it. It's the same scheme.
Oh.
Different colors, but it's the same scheme. And I
Who
guess
is
it
it?
makes
Who-
sense because they're teammates.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, I just noticed it when I saw the 99 in that wreck, and I went, wait a minute. That paint
You
job
put two
looked
and two
familiar.
together.
Yeah, that paint job just looked familiar. I
Yeah,
got
actually,
back
I'm
to
looking at it now,
Glenn.
you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and I went back out and looked, and I went, huh, okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You're right. Yeah.
Whew. Well, typical Darlington, what we're seeing, guys are coming off the turns, you know, losing it. It's slick out here. So it's just, I don't know.
Well, you heard it from Chad. He was saying before, it was super slick. It's super hard to drive. I mean, right out of the driver's mouth himself, you know. And Chad's running up here in the top 10, Mr. Consistency, like we said. He started from 24th, so he's battled up there, and he's having problems with that car. So.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, 32. Yeah, Shane Ewing. Throwback to Dick Trickle days. Okay.
Yep. Yep, that's an old Dick Trickle scheme. Yep, I remember he posted that on Facebook, I do believe.
All right, cool. Man, it's just good to see. Like I say, it is a cool thing to come here to Darlington and watch these paint jobs. It is awesome.
I just like seeing all the talented painters out there. You see all these guys throwing these paint schemes together, and I just like seeing all the different talent out there from all the really cool paint jobs out there. You know, a lot of guys out there, a lot of talented. We talk about Hippie Paint Shop all the time and some other guys, and it's just really cool to see all these different paint schemes.
I can draw some stick figures pretty good.
Yeah, that's about all I can do too. I can paint a house. That's about it.
There you go. Hey, make a lot of money doing that.
We're gonna have 2 Folgers cars starting on the front row here.
Ooh, yeah, and Sean's going to be right there along with him. Anthony Navarro. Well, everybody, you know, they're not on new tires. They're been out there for about 5-6 laps on them.
That
So
still
we'll have to
matters,
see-
though.
Yeah, you're right. So we'll have to see what kind of, they're going to have to be easy on this restart again, because we've seen every restart out there has kind of been kind of
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, 5-6 laps, but I mean, these guys, basically a good tire run on these tires is about 30 laps, so it's about a quarter of the run already, and on restarts is when it really can hurt you on old tires as far as, tire spin goes and all that. So, yeah, we'll have to really be careful here.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Like I said, we know Parker Klingerman, he wants to get up there. He would love to get another win in the series here. He's already got one. He's been close several times. We know Thomas George would love to pull this thing off. He came up third last week in the Bristol race there after, just part of the Red Seas and basically just being consistent. I mean, Bristol's Bristol. You get out of that place, but you go from Bristol to Darlington, it's like, wow, that's just like two headaches back to back.
It really is. I mean, they're two totally different beasts, but they're both just as dangerous to try to get out of those races.
Absolutely. So we'll see what he can do here up front. Thomas George, as he's got out front here, as the pace car's coming out of turn 4, will lead the pack to the green flag here. As it drops off on pit road, Thomas is going to come out of turn 4 slowly but surely, and he's going to try to drop down on that pedal as easy as he can to get that car straight. He wants to be as straight as he possibly can before he goes. And here we go. Green flag flies. We're back racing here at Darlington. He gets a good start along with everybody else.
Yeah, it looked like the top 10 there got everybody got really clean. Nobody spun the tires. They're just trying to get single file. They're going into turn 1, coming through turn 2. It looks like everybody's pretty much lined up.
Yes, it is. Parker Klingerman trying to work on the back end of Sean right there. He's going to see if he can't get it. Here comes Nelson Rivera, though. If he doesn't watch out, he's going to open up the top side for him. He had to back out. Here comes Malik Ray and Chad Cole in the mix. I told you, Chad Cole, he's just one of those that'll sneak up there at the end of the race.
Yeah, he's going to keep battling right there. And you're right, Parker Klingerman, he's a man on a mission. He's really trying to get up there. He's really trying to battle to get on the way up there, get his way up there. Malik Ray, he started 5th, kind of fell back a little bit, but he's rebounding right now.
Yes, he is. Right now, good battle going on. 10th place spot. You got Nick Silver along with Scott Simley. Jonathan Goodell's hanging on to the 9th place spot there, but side by side, that number 2 of Mike Kelly's looking to the inside, the 46 of Nick Silver.
Yeah, he falls back just a little bit. He's in that Nesquik paint scheme. Couldn't say it there. Couldn't get it spit out. Yeah, he's basically just trying to run his race. He's doing pretty good. Started 19th, running 11th. He's been having a pretty clean night tonight.
So far, so good. Corbin Hemstreet looking there in the 13th place spot. Nick Timms right behind them. Again, just everybody's just being very patient. Glenn Campbell's moving up. He's up to 15th. Michael Prister's another one right behind him, and he's got actually it's a nice looking throwback machine there. Not sure who drove that one, but definitely a nice looking throwback on that number 64.
Is that a Federated? That might be a Ken Schrader, Ken Schrader paint scheme, I do believe.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, Chris Gaboo back there in that Kodak scheme. I like that one too. I think it's an old Sterling Marlin one.
Yes, that one is. Yep. Number 4. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time since we've seen Kodak films, and never will see it again. But yeah, it's definitely was a nice one.
Yeah, right now Thomas George, he's got a decent lead right now. A few car lengths ahead of Anthony DeBarro. He's kind of running his own race there. Those guys behind him, though, Parker Klingerman's got that 3rd place position, and those guys are really battling behind him.
Yes, he is. Klingerman, he takes over the 3rd place spot. Sean right there drops the 4th. Nelson Rivera up in the 5th. As those guys, man, they're still nose to tail now. The 59 there, Sean, he's got a little bit of damage. Might be hurting him just a little bit.
Yeah, it might be bothering him just a little bit, maybe in the straightaways, just trying to get some of that straightaway speed. But, I mean, a lot of these guys got a lot of nose and tail damage just from the different checkups on the restart. And we got our halfway coming up, too. I think in about 5 lap 65, I think, is going to be our halfway. We'll award those top 10 bonus points.
Oh, yeah. Bonus points. You definitely need those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right now, he's in the 9th place position, so he's definitely trying to get those bonus points.
Yeah, he needs them. Definitely. Everybody needs them out there. Well, let's go high and wide. Everybody wants it, I guess. Blimpy Cam. We call it Blimpy here at OSR Network. Gives you a good perspective of the facility, just how far apart these guys are on the track. And like I always say, I don't like Blimpy. Like Blimpy, Don?
Oh, you're going to make me hungry. I haven't had dinner yet.
Everybody loves Blimpy. And I always say, if you get mad, upset, been out of shape, or just go into Walmart one day and just yell Blimpy, see what happens. Just a happy word. Makes me happy anyways.
good sandwiches too.
They do. They absolutely do. Folks, that's your Blimpie cam right there. A good shot, man. It gives you a good overhead shot of everything. And I call it Blimpie here at OSR Network, online, simracingnetwork.com. Your home for fun and exciting sim racing, as we're here live at Darlington for the Carolina Reaper 177 here for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. And there you go. It's actually been a pretty good race here with throwback schemes.
It's been a great race. We have a few cautions, but nothing too dramatic. You know, a few multi-car wrecks, but I mean, nothing too, like big or anything. It's just basically typical Darlington, and we only got about a lap left, and I think we're gonna award our top 10 bonus positions here. I think they're pretty much locked in. I think Jonathan Goodell's gonna have that 9th place spot. Mike Kelly's gonna get that 10th, the last bonus position.
Yeah, Mike's sitting right there in 10th. Chad Cole moved it up into 8th. He's going to get some. So a lot at the top there is Thomas George coming to the line. He's got to make it through the lap 65 here in order to win the stage. But he's definitely going to get those bonus points.
Yeah, he's going to get 10 bonus points going towards the championship. That'll help him, make sure he stays locked in, get a good position for the chase there. And guys like Jonathan Goodell, who ride on the bubble, these bonus points mean a lot to him. He's only one position into 16th, or away from 15th or whatever. So, every point matters. So that's why these guys do this. That's why they race so hard for these halfway points.
I just have to complete the race.
Making a move. Yeah, they got to complete the race, obviously, but Parker Klickerman making a move on Anthony DeBarra there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Parker is a man on a mission. I've seen him do this many a times. Come through the field and come up through the front stretch here. I mean, he looks good so far. Hopefully he doesn't get caught. A lot of times he gets caught up into something. Right now, hopefully he doesn't, but he's looking to run down old Thomas George right now.
He's definitely catching him. Ever since he made that pass on Anthony DeBarra, he's pretty much reeled in Thomas George. He's only got a couple car lengths on him, but yeah, Thomas, I mean, catching him is one thing, passing him is another, and I'm sure, we'll see Thomas might just move over. He might, make it a little difficult for him.
It's a tad bit faster looking at the lap times there, Parker is. But again, it's not that much. I mean, if he gets to his back bumper, it's going to take a lot to get around, and we'll just have to see. I mean, again, he's just a tad. We're only talking about a couple. We're talking about a couple hundreds, maybe, folks, difference between them.
Battle of the Folgers cars there, and Parkerman. I mean, Parker, he came from 28th. Right here battling for the lead. This is just crazy. That's
Wow.
A crazy good run.
Yeah, it is. Awesome run for him. Malik Ray, another one there, trying to work over the 59 of Sean Castro. And so he's going to go door to door with Nelson Rivera coming off the turn.
Yeah, he's going to be right there with him. He's got to watch out for Chad Cole, all those other guys right there. I mean, you battle side by side, it can sometimes kill your momentum. He's not giving up, though. He's still trying to make it happen. Chad's right there on his bumper, too, though.
Well, so far so good. Everybody just there. You can already start seeing them cars getting a lot wiggly as we're late 22 laps into the stint right now. So we're going to see guys who actually can manhandle and muscle these machines and wants to be finessed on the throttle. And we'll start seeing guys who will start just to fall off the pace.
But don't be surprised. You're going to see guys, I guarantee you're going to see guys pitting about 30 laps into a run. There's definitely going to be guys that are push it further than that. But do not be surprised at all that these guys just break it down to about 30, 35 laps for the run, just because tires are just so hard to manage.
And so far you're seeing it. You're seeing those cars just jump around all over the place. I mean, there's just not a lot they can do as tire wear definitely becomes a factor here as they're just looking through. And one of the first ones, Nick Tim, says, I've had enough. I'm coming down on pit road.
Yep, yeah, see right there. I mean, these guys, and it's a factor between how much speed they're going to lose on the track on old tires versus coming down pit road, getting new tires. It's just a gamble. I mean, and also you're going to have guys now, as long as we stay green, you're going to have guys with new tires and old tires on the same on the track at the same time, which is going to make things really interesting.
Man, see Nelson Rivera right there came out of the turn. He was all kind of sideways.
Parker's looking at the lead. He just got it coming into the corner right there on Thomas J. George.
Thomas got a little damage on the side. Could be hindering him just a little bit, and I think that's that damage he got on that one restart earlier in the race might be what's slowing him up just a tad. Or, again, what we're talking about, tire wear. They're about 26, 25 laps out there, and you said around 30 laps or so, so they're almost on that bubble as we see some guys coming into pits. So, yeah, Parker Klingerman, man on a mission.
Yeah, he really managed those tires really well. He caught up to Thomas. Once he got past Anthony DeBarro, there was really no stopping him. He got up to Thomas. He just kind of patient, methodical, just kind of waited for the right moment, waited for the right time, set up the pass, and he just made a beautiful pass. And man, he came from 28th to 1st, and now he's leading it. This is just one heck of a run for him.
So far, so good for the 75. Parker Klingerman out front, as we're seeing Anthony DeBarro right there in 5th. Just watching to see as Jonathan Cadell, he's falling off the pace, so maybe just not one who is liking those tires. Definitely, he's probably yelling at the crew out there right now.
I mean, I really, honestly, in the next 5 to 6 laps, I think you're going to see a lot of action on pit road. I mean, we've already seen some guys pit, but I think you're going to see some of these front runners diving down pit road here in the next few laps.
Nice.
Wouldn't surprise me at all, really, just because of the way the tire wear is.
All right. Well, right now, everybody's just being very patient out here. I mean, you got to. I mean, as slick as this track is, you just got to be very patient. It's be single file right now. I mean, if you can get what you can get, go for it. Just trying to see if anybody's on newer tires and what the difference is. I know Nick Timms came in. He's obviously got a lot newer tires. And I'm trying to look at maybe lap times. He ran a 29.2 to a 30.7, so he's a solid second and a half quicker.
Oh yeah, you can pick up a lot of speed, new tires versus old tires here. I mean, that's pretty much what the gamble is. You know, it's like, I mean, you can go about 60 laps on a fuel run here, but do you want to stay out for that long on the tires? And you know, because you're going to be so much slower, and the chance of spinning out, or if a caution comes out, you know, it's all a gamble here. It really is. Even if the guys that come in on, come in early on the 30 lap run, they have to worry about losing track position, and then if a caution comes out while they're, you know, low on the track, down the grid a little bit, they have to worry about that. So
nice. There's another one, Brian Wortman. He's out there in the 89 machine.
Yeah, haven't talked about him.
Yeah, not sure about that. I'll say maybe Morgan Shepherd paint job, but
yes,
I know
he actually
works
on the team. Yeah, he works on the team, so that'd be Morgan Shepherd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just educated guess, because like you said, he works for him and all, but all purple.
I don't know how we missed it, but our leader Nick Cohan, he dropped out of the race. Our points leader. Or he's actually 39 laps down, so I don't know if positive he dropped. He's out. Yeah, he's out. I don't know when that happened. I missed that. I don't know. I missed it.
Oh. It says he's 39 laps, so...
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I know he got caught on pit road for that penalty and kind of fell back, and then we didn't really talk about him after that, and I just noticed that he was out, so I really don't know what happened with him there.
Anybody out in the chat, investigative reporting on what happened to our points leader, Nick Cohan? I mean, when he's safe as far as, making the chase.
Yeah.
But it's still, not what you want to happen because, here's the thing, folks. We're heading into the chase. You got to look at guys, and I've said it week in and week out, Malik Ray, Chad Cole, guys like that. Because here's where the consistency is going to come in, pay off. Obviously, if you go out there and win every race, and you're going to win a championship, but consistency wins championships. That's just how I've always looked at it. And, Malik is up front. You've seen Chad up front, just the two that I can think of right off of those other ones. But Nick, that is not what he wants to come into a chase, already coming into Darlington at 36 like that. Mistakes, mental mistakes. That's just what you don't want to do.
No, you definitely want to have momentum going into the chase, and obviously he either had some bad luck or something. He's locked in obviously as the points leader, and I do believe he's tied for 5 wins with Malik, I do believe. So he's locked in, but like you said, it's more of a kind of a mental thing. Just competitive. You want to win all the time. You want to run good. and it kind of brings you down a little bit when you have a bad run like that, especially going into the chase.
And and again, I don't want to take anything away from old Nick Cohan. Excellent driver, obviously, like you just said, won 5 races this season so far. So man, my hat's off to him. He's one of the top. But we've seen it time and time again, Don. You watch real NASCAR, guys dominate the season, and guess what? Get in the chase, it don't matter. That's why some of the guys like the chase, some don't really care for it, because it's some of it's by chance. I mean, you just have one bad race in there, and it could do you in.
Yeah, actually, a little inside information, a little, I guess, investigating that I did. Nick is telling me through a text message that he got a closed pit penalty, and then he thought it was a stop and go. There was just some confusion on his penalty, and he ended up getting DQ'd because he didn't serve the penalty properly. So it was just kind of a mistake, maybe a glitch in iRacing. Sometimes it happens. So, yeah, that's what happened.
All right, well, and again, it's a mental mistake, like what we were talking about, mental things. You just, you want to try to get them out of the way before the chase starts, because that's the thing. With the season going on, you have a long season. With the chase happening, one race in the chase could just knock you right out. It's that competitive. It's that close. And obviously you go, especially as the chase goes on and the window for opportunity starts to close.
Yeah, you don't want, I mean, you maybe get away with maybe one mistake during the chase, but I mean, it's so competitive that it's just, you got to have a perfect chase right there with those last races, because points are going to reset. People are going to, it's going to be tighter battle. It's basically like a whole another season in itself, basically.
It's going to be exciting to see, and folks, like I say, after tonight here for the Carolina Reaper 177 here at Darlington, a throwback night here for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. After tonight, we're off next week for the Labor Day weekend for the week, but then we go to Indianapolis, and that will be the conclusion of the regular season, and it'll lock in 16 drivers for the chase that will start, and we're going to crown us a champion here on the Monday Night Series. It's going to be exciting for those 16 races. That's right. Is it 16 races? Yeah.
10 races.
10 races. My bad.
10 races. 16 drivers are fighting for the chase. So, and right now, I mean, numbers, they bother me. Parker Kligerman right now, though, man, I mean, I'm watching him. Malik Ray got past Thomas George. We were talking about how, bad, fast Malik Ray's been. Had some issues earlier on, worked his way back up, but Parker has just been, I mean, he's been the class of the field. Once he got past Anthony DeBarro, it's almost as if like some of these guys were holding him up. He got past Anthony DeBarro earlier on in the race, was able to catch Thomas George, and then he is just basically checked out from there. I mean, he is just dominating right now.
And two, I guess we both kind of just missed over the pit stop and the tires, because they've been out there for 42 laps. Now, I see what they're doing with 130 here tonight, and it's sitting on lap 88. I guarantee you Parker's not coming in until that thing clicks probably lap 90 or 91, because that's going to put him on 40 to go at this point, along with him and everybody else.
Yeah, I would think the same. They're basically right now, they're making mental notes and plans to be able to set up for their very last run. As of right now, they're looking at it as it's going to go green the rest of the way unless something changes. That's just, what their plan is. As a driver, you're just basically going, okay, I'm figuring out what I'm going to pit, make sure I hit my marks, don't slide through my pit stall, don't speed, don't have any issues. That's what you want.
Don't know who that was in the back there, but boy, they went for a ride down to the infield. Didn't hit anything, but got that thing kept going.
I missed that. I didn't see who it was. You get a lot of that later on in the run. We've got, it's kind of a later run right now. We've got guys on old tires, It's going to be hard to hold on to, especially coming off these corners here.
To 83, Jason Barham. That's who
Jason
it was.
Yep. Yeah, he's had a rough night all night. He had an earlier incident, and basically, I think he's just been trying to, keep it clean around here the whole night. He's just been trying to struggle, basically struggling all night.
Yeah, he came off the turn, and that thing he went all the way down to the apron to chase it. He was able to hang on to it, though.
Yeah, as long as, we saw earlier, guys will, lose it, come off that corner, and nose it to the inside wall if they're not careful. Some guys can obviously lock it down and stay off of there. But yeah, you're gonna jump out from underneath you real quick, especially if you hit the wall coming off the corner and it kind of shoots you to the left into the inside wall.
I'll tell you, most of this field has stayed out here for well over 45 laps.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd have never thought that.
They're all thinking the same thing. A lot of these guys, they're just they're basically what they did is they're splitting that run to the end in half. I think is what these guys are doing, and they're doing exactly what you said. I think they're going to come in somewhere around lap 100, probably here in a few laps, and try to break that run down close to about a 30-lap run to go toward the end.
Oh, not a problem, Rusty. As always, man, it's a throwback night here. The Carolina Reaper 177 here at Darlington. A lot of throwback paint jobs out here we're showcasing for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. And it's good. You said you're right outside of Darlington. Yeah, well, I'm up here in the NC area, so there you go. It's a Carolina night here.
I'm not even close.
Yeah, you're like way over there in California, aren't you?
I'm in Arizona.
Arizona, okay, very close enough.
You're Vegas. I'm near Vegas.
Yeah, there you go. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Malik Ray finally says it's time to come into pits along with Parker
I was just looking at
Klingerman.
that. Yep, Parker and Malik both come in. Thomas George still out there.
And he stayed out for
Anthony
maybe one
Navarro.
more lap.
Yep. See how long these guys go out here. Some of these guys, I think that some of these guys probably hoping for a caution. These guys stay out for a long time. They're like, we want a caution. Maybe we'll get lucky, and these guys at pit will get a yellow while they're in the pit road or while they're kind of back in the field a little bit.
And Malik Ray, he's coming out for his. Parker's coming out now, so we'll just have to kind of see maybe what the difference in speed time is here between those two. And I don't know. Yeah, it's early out there, Rusty. Yeah, that's right. Hey, 3 hours
Thomas
behind
coming?
us.
No, there he is. Yeah, it's only 7:15 here.
Yeah, well, like 10, 15 here. Yeah, man. Dog.
We don't change time zones, though, dude. We don't change time.
You know what? I wish we didn't hear either. It's kind of the dumbest thing in the
love it.
world. It's
Anthony
crazy.
DeBarro got by Thomas George there, so those guys are still battling, even though on old tires, trying to see if those guys would come in.
And
I
to
think
give you
they're
an
probably going
idea.
to come in closer to lap 100.
And here's to give you an idea, too. They're running 31, 32 flats to a 29.1. That's a solid 2-second difference right there.
I told it, man, huge time difference between old tires and new tires here. That's why it makes such a world of difference to have new tires here to take care of them.
And now I do know probably what they're thinking a little bit of. They do, they have Parker Klingerman a lap down, obviously. I mean, they would love to see a caution, don't get me wrong. But right now they're thinking, okay, he's a lap down. He's behind us. If we come in, maybe we'll have that advantage going towards the end of the race.
Yeah, it's a little give and take. It's like right now, maybe we can just go a little bit further in this run, and then we won't have to go quite as far in the next run, and we'll have a little bit fresher tires throughout that whole last run, as opposed to Parker Klingerman, who is already on the tires he's most likely going to be on unless we get a yellow until the end of the race.
Absolutely. Well, interesting to see what's going to happen here. Strategies are picking up and playing out. So right now,
Jonathan
Parker.
Goodell.
Yeah, Jonathan right over.
He's really trying to get up there.
He would get the lucky dog if there was a caution at least on this.
Yeah, right now he would. There's only 7 cars in the lead lap right now, I believe. 6, 7 cars.
Yep. Actually, though, Parker's not that far behind
No, he's
the
not.
leader, so he's probably going to get back on the lead lap the hard way.
See, that's what it is. I mean, the longer you stay out on the tire, on older tires, the harder it is going to be able to hold off those guys that have the fresher rubber, because you're going to get slower and slower every lap, obviously, because you're using up your tires. But those guys on new tires, it's just not going to fall off quite as much.
Well, you just saw it right there. Parker Klingerman just went around Thomas George, and he just dove around him like he was sitting still.
Yeah, he went around him, and I believe it was the Brian Wortman there. He just went around him like they were standing still.
Yeah, Rusty, yes, that is the Parker Klingerman. Yes.
Yes,
I
it
like
is.
how
NBC.
I like how they say that.
It's NBC owned Parker Klingerman, NASCAR driver extraordinaire.
Yeah. There, what Don just said.
Yeah. Every time I see him on TV
Yeah.
when we're watching a NASCAR race, I tell my wife, "Ooh, I got to interview him once on OSRN."
Got to talk to him, yeah. I've talked to a really nice guy.
Yeah, super nice guy.
I'm gonna tell you, and that's the good thing. It's like we can take it back here, Don. I'm gonna tell you what, it's awesome. I've had the privilege to sit here and broadcast many different great leagues and do a lot of great things here on iRacing.com. And I know you've gotten to race with a lot of different great drivers out there. I've actually got to be in the booth with guys like Ben Shelton. Obviously gotten to talk with guys, like Parker Klingerman and stuff like that. So it is good. You do
Thomas
see
George just came in the. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Right.
Thomas George was literally coming into the pits when that caution came out. And the only reason why I bring that up so much is because I remember last night, I think almost the exact same thing happened to him in the Xfinity race, and he was talking about it. So I know right now he's probably so frustrated.
Yeah, but he can just walk through. He can just drive through.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's going to do, too. I believe he's just going to drive through if he's got the heads up. And he did. He drove through, so he should be okay.
Now we got to find who with caution was.
But I happened to be watching him, and I was watching him come down pit road with Trey Edson, I believe, or I don't remember who was right behind him. And, the yellow came out literally like as he got on pit road. It was just the timing.
Was the yellow Nick Timms?
I did not see who caused the yellow, but I can go back and try to see.
I'm trying to look right now. No, Nick Timms coming into the pit.
No, he was in pits, yeah.
Oh, there it is. 83, Jason Barham.
Jason Barham, yeah.
Okay, got it.
He's had a rough night.
Yes, he collected somebody else right there, too. I'm not 100% sure who it was. I'll have to see. Oh, looks like the 91 was trying to split him and Doug Roth, though. The 91 machine is actually Steve Gottschalk was trying to split Doug Roth and them because Doug was coming off down into pit road. And they were just coming up on him just like very, very heads up fast.
Yeah, Steve Gottschalk, he's had some really bad luck the last few weeks in almost every race he's been in. I was talking to him earlier pre-race, and yeah, he's super frustrated just because he's been having some really rough luck lately, but that's just really too bad. I was really good a heads-up racing by some of these guys that dove down pit road when that caution came out. They had to be heads up, know that if I make my pit stop while the yellow's out, I'm, going to lose a lap. I have to just roll through, so it's really good heads up on some of those guys there. Thomas George looks like he's going down pit road again. I believe he's probably just making his pit stop. I'm not quite sure.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Well, we saw the drop-off from old tires to new
why.
tires, so...
Yeah, but he was showing that he made a pit stop. Oh, yeah, but he probably didn't have to. Yeah, he's actually having to make his pit stop. So at first I thought maybe, okay, that might have been good, but now, no.
Yeah, it looks like it might have, yeah, he's going to be super frustrated with that, too. I know he was...
And now he's got a penalty.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. Yeah, because he was on there for 20. Well, unless he just did some optional repairs on that front end. Remember, he had some damage. That could have been what he was doing because he stayed there for 24 seconds. He's a long, long pit stop. Oh, I know the frustration. He's going to be in 10th place. He's got a fast car. He wants to get up there and win this thing. The guy that probably lost the most here, Jonathan Cadell. Good thing is Nick Timms lost a lot more. He's way back in 24, so as far as battle for points there goes, he should be okay. How far back's 18th in points?
Let me look real quick because I have it up right here. 18th in points would be Chris Skaboo, and he is 20 points behind Nick Thames, who is 13 points behind Jonathan Goodell, who is in 16th. So 18th is basically 33 points out right now. So 18th place, Chris Skaboo is 33 points out before this race. So, but the way that bonus points go with that Jonathan Goodell got earlier and things like that, things change. But before the race, 18th place was 33 points out.
All right, Chris is sitting in 8th. I mean, obviously we still got one race to go. Anything can happen, but you want to get as much as you can to get a little bit of cushion that you possibly can. And
we still got 25 laps. So
we still got a long way to go too. And Johnson's going to be back in 15th now. It's not where he wants to be. Thomas George going to be back there in the 10th place spot. These guys are going to want to try to get what they can. Trey Edson's going to be the man up front here on this restart as a pace car is in. Here we go. We're going back green flag racing here at Darlington. And with lap 105, it's been in the books. They'll cross the line. Trey Edson, he drops the hammer, and he's out front with a 41 of E.J. O'Rourke. He's back up front there in second with Corbin Hemstreet.
Yeah, he got a really good run there. It looked like maybe some of those guys a little bit sleeping there. Parker Kligerman didn't get quite a good run, but he's still battling there. Malik Ray's looking on the inside. Parker's getting right up on Malik's bumper, though.
Man, they're going to take it 3 wide. Thought about it for a minute.
Thought about it.
Yeah, not what you want to do here. You might could think about it, but it's not going to be a good idea. I don't know how the turnout would be.
Yeah, but Mike Kelly, he had the momentum. He thought about diving down low, but then he remembered, we're at Darlington. That won't work.
No, absolutely not. He hit that apron and probably shot up the track and took everybody out. But good heads-up awareness. Mike Kelly falls back into 6th. Everybody single file. Parker Kligerman back to 4th. Corbin Hemstreet there in 3rd. Nick Silver, he's up to 7th. Let's look back here. Now, Thomas George, he's moved his way up to 8th, so he's going to try his best to try to knock them off one by one.
Yeah, he's trying to work his way back up there. I mean, he's really battling. He's trying to work his way up to the, after having that caution come out just at the really bad timing when he was trying to make a pit stop there. But yeah, he's trying to make a comeback.
And right now we're just looking back here in the back. Everybody's just kind of being trying to, single file, but as patient as they can. They know what they got. And this is go time.
Corbin Hemstreet got a little loose there. Parker Kligerman took advantage of that. Matter of fact, Parker Kligerman, Malik Ray, and Mike Kelly all took advantage of that and all got by him.
All right, Parker Kligerman up to 3rd. E.J. O'Rourke still there in 2nd. Trey Edson leading this one out front. Malik Ray, he's going to follow in the footsteps of that 75 because he knows he's a man on a mission. He is going to the front right now. Mike Kelly is back there with him. Kind of just giving a heads up back here in the back. Nelson Rivera, he's in a battle with Jonathan back there. Jonathan had to step off it a little bit. Scott Simley, though, he's going to feel the heat from the 22.
Yeah, those guys are battling right there. Jonathan Goodell knows he knows he's in a fight for that bubble, so he's trying to get as many positions as he possibly can. He's trying to look inside right now, and he looks like he's going to get that position.
He does. Makes it with ease. Textbook move right there. Goes to the apron. Makes the pass on him. Anthony DeBarro's trying it. Let's see. Parker Kligerman, he takes the 2nd place. He is moving on up there, and he's going to try to run down that 10 of Trey Edson.
Yeah, he's not giving up, man. He's definitely going to try. He's been the class of the field in this whole entire race, coming from very, very far back. 28th place started this race, and he was in the top 10 within 20 laps. So he's just been the class of the field all night. We're going to see if he's got anything for Trey Edson. Laps are closing down.
Less than 20 to go here, folks, for the Carolina Reaper 177 here at Darlington for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. That man right there in the 10 machine, Trey Edson, is praying that he can hang on to it out front, doing everything that he possibly can as they come across the line. There's 18 to go here tonight, but he's got a madman in the 75 of Parker Kligerman coming on strong.
Well, Trey's got his work cut out for him. He's got 2 guys behind him that are really battling. Malik's in 3rd. He got past Mike Kelly. And Malik, he's fast too. He's right there on Parker Kligerman's bumper, so it might be both those guys trying to get up there to the lead.
Yes, it is. Malik Ray. He's another one though. He could spoil the party here. Keep an eye on him. He's been falling in the tire tracks of that 75 all race long, and if he gets a chance to get up there, he might spoil the party and say, "I want this lead and I want this win." Again, though, because he doesn't have really much to lose at this point when it comes to the chase.
No, not at all. He doesn't at all. Basically these guys are just racing for a win here. If you're locked in, then you're pretty much good to go. And he's really on the bumper of Parker Kligerman right now. He's giving him a lot of pressure. He might try to dive down into the corner to try to make a pass because the laps are ticking down. If he wants to win this race, he's got to get by Parker now.
Absolutely he does. He's right there on back of his tailgate trying to push him around here at Darlington right now. These guys are staying off now. Trey Edson would love to see those guys get back there and battle it out as that Folgers machine of the 75 of Parker Kligerman. Look at that. Malik Ray peeks to the inside. Maybe going to make him do some window driving in front of him.
Yeah, Parker's definitely looking out of that rear window. He's worried about Malik back there. Malik's also got to worry about Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly's fast. And Trey, the whole time, he's just loving this. He's just walking away. He's loving this. He wants to see these guys battle out while he's got that clean air and he can just race on to the win.
Absolutely. Trey is definitely looking good. He can run his own race. You said it earlier. Race the track. He right now doesn't have to race anybody. Parker Klingerman has to worry about make sure he hits his lines. If not, that one of Malik Ray is going to scoot on by. As much as this place is heavy on tires, it is heavy on being, you got to have your consistency and momentum.
Yeah, definitely. This track probably is the most important track on the whole entire circuit as far as carrying momentum through the corners and just being consistent in your laps. I mean, you could have a great lap going and you just basically, maybe mess up an entrance just a little bit or get off the throttle a little bit because the car got a little squirrely. You'll see Mike Kelly right there. He actually just smacked the wall just a little bit, got himself a Darlington stripe. He's trying to race real hard so he can catch Malik. Malik's right now, he's looking to dive in beneath Parker Klingerman. Might have made a little contact there. Didn't quite complete the pass.
Man, couldn't get that momentum, and you're going to see that's going to open up the door slightly for Mike Kelly, but it gets shut. Wasn't quite close enough to capitalize on that little bit of mistake there that Malik did. But Malik right now is showing, hey, Parker, I'm going to try that low line, and I'm going to see what happens.
He's right there on his quarter panel. He's touching the bumper just a little bit, and Parker's kind of bring it down low a little bit, try to cut off that line of Malik. He's trying to basically take Malik's line away so he can't get that run going. But Parker's definitely worried about Malik being right there. He's touching that bumper. He's done it a couple times now. He's getting that car a little loose.
Right now, great battle. This is actually for the second place. You've got Malik Ray and the one. He goes right there to the tailgate of the 75 of Parker Klingerman as they come out of the turn. Those two are definitely battling. A man up front, Trey Edson, though, he's loving everything he's seeing because he is checking out.
Yeah, he just smacked the wall just a little bit, looked like, or was that a lap car? That was a lap car, my bad. Sorry, that was a lap car. I got excited there for a minute. Yeah, he just needs to run his race and just not even worry about these guys back here. He just needs to make sure, hope that it doesn't that we don't get a yellow, that everything stays clean, because he does not want to see a caution right now. He just wants to cruise on to the win. We're closing out on 10 laps to go right now. Malik Ray is all over the back bumper of Parker Klingerman.
Yeah, great battle for the second place, and Parker knows that he is in a fight for his life to hang on to second. And he's wondering what in the world is it at number one was setting him up the whole entire race. Right now we're getting to the closing laps. 10 to go here at Darlington. He's going to dive it to the inside and see if he can't get it door to door.
They're side by side. He's got his nose in there, but he just can't quite get the momentum all the way. Parker stays up high, and Malik just can't quite clear him. They're so close. Malik keeps diving it into the corners, but he just can't keep that car down low with the momentum to be able to complete the pass on Parker. And you see every time he tries, he falls back a little bit, has to set up the pass again. The only problem with that is he's running out of time really fast.
Yeah, they're running out of time to run down the number 10 of Trey Edson out front. Good battle for second here. Just Mike Kelly's just not quite close enough to capitalize on the mistakes that Malik Ray is making. He just needs, and Malik just does not, I don't think he has the tires and the momentum to be able to just slide up there and make it work going into the turn. Parker's running a complete line going through the entry and off.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, I just don't think, unless Parker makes a mistake or Malik literally kind of gives him a little bump and run or knocks him out of the way, which is kind of hard to do here at Darlington and without wrecking him, I don't really see him getting around Parker. Parker has just been really keeping that car in a solid, consistent line, right where Malik needs to be to complete the pass, and he just can't quite do it.
Outstanding battle here, folks, with about 7 to go here for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice and a Carolina Reaper 177 at Darlington. Throwback race along with some awesome paint jobs, and we got an awesome battle for second right here. Time's running out for him to run that man up front. He's got a 2.7 second lead. I just don't think they're going to be able to run him down unless a caution comes out now, but I always say, Don, two things. Last lap, that puts an end to it. 5 to go here on iRacing. Caution comes out. Usually that puts an end to it.
Yeah, usually about 5. And these drivers know that. Usually with about 5 to go, we don't get a second chance. We don't get a restart. iRacing doesn't do that. It's basically however many laps this race has is what it is. If we can't get going green again, then that's just the way the race goes. And usually with about 5 to go, you usually call the race an end. Yep. The end of the race there. So.
Thomas George moves up the 6th place spot right there as Nick Silver almost loses it coming out. Here comes Chad Cole to take over that spot. Nick Silver just kind of losing maybe the tires there a little bit on the back end of his car, watching that battle. Kind of calmed down a little bit between the top two there. Looks like Parker Klingerman's pulled away just a little bit, I think, and you're right, Rusty. I'll agree with you out there. I believe, 1, time's running out. 2, Malik Ray used an awful lot of tires there trying to get around him.
That's what I was thinking. Malik, the only thing I could think he'd be doing is he's kind of holding back a little bit. He might be cooling off his tires, maybe get one more run going. You know, these tires get on a heat cycle there, and he definitely did. He's right about that. His tires took a beating when he was trying to pass him on the inside there. You know, when you dive down into the corner like that, the tires are just screaming at you, and I think he might have wore his stuff out. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Parker.
No, but I mean, he's going to try it. He's going to see if he can get another run, maybe back off there and get one more long run here at the end of this race. He's got enough time because when they come across the line, we've got 4 to go here at Darlington. You've got Trey Edson leading it, Parker Klingerman in 2nd, Malik Ray there in 3rd, Mike Kelly 4th, and E.J. O'Rourke rounds the top 5.
Yeah, he might be trying to make one more last-ditch effort to get by him, but I don't think he's quite close enough unless he can close the distance in the corner there. But he's got to be able to hold that car, you know, hold that momentum. And we've said it before, catch him is one thing, pass him is a whole nother, especially Darlington.
Yep. Yes, that is actually Parker Klingerman.
Who asked that again?
Silent out there said, holy crap, is that possible? Yes, he's actually, it's not the first time he's raced here. He's actually won on the Sunday night.
Quite often.
Yeah,
he
quite
won
often.
on Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Actually, yeah.
And the other one, and just another one to name, Scott Stencil. There's another one in the field, and a lot of y'all might need to know too. So there you go.
Yeah, Parker races with us quite consistently, so you know when he can. And I know some of the guys here from Sim500 actually participate in that NBC iRacing kind of virtual racing thing. You know, I know Steve Gottschalk is in that all the time. So.
Oh yeah, I see him in that big. I think that's what I did ask Parker one time. I got to talk to him when he actually won his race. I said, "Are you actually sitting in the NBC simulator?" He says, "No, they won't let him borrow it."
Yeah.
I said, darn.
Malik Ray is still trying to get by him though, man. He's right there. He won't give up. You know, we got what 1 lap to go here. We're finishing up here, and Trey Edson's just he's got it. Unless he messes up, he's got it.
Well, folks, I tell you what, one more time around Darlington as Parker goes high up to the wall. As Trey Edson, all he's got to do is pretty much just hang on. So we're going to watch this battle on the bad stretch right now for the final time here at Darlington for the Sim500. Malik's going to dive on the inside. Is he going to be able to get it? No, he's just not going to have enough momentum. Trey Edson's going to win it. Parker Klingerman's going to hang on to 2nd. Malik Ray is going to pull off in 3rd. Don, I tell you, what a finish and what a race to this one.
Man, that was a heck of a battle between Parker Klingerman and Malik Ray there at the end. That last like 10 to 15 laps was intense. Those guys were just, that was some of the best racing I've seen at Darlington in quite some time. Clean racing. Malik got to his bumper a few times, gave him a couple little taps, but yeah, man, nothing. That was just a great race there, and way to go for Trey there on his win.
Awesome run as we're going to get a couple of these guys up here and get a talk in with them for you folks. Man, that was an awesome night of racing. Awesome throwback schemes there too. As
second time winner,
wow.
Trey Edson, actually. I believe he won one other time this season.
And I tell you what, Trey Edson's a teammate to old E.J. O'Rourke and him down there. So good job on Trey Edson right there.
Yeah, great job. Great race.
Man, it was. I tell you, an awesome battle right there to that man, Malik Ray. He did everything he can. I know he's going to pop in. Oh, he's already popped in down there. I want to bring up Malik Ray. Let's get talking with him.
We got Malik Ray up here in the booth, our 3rd place finisher. Man, you tried everything you could to get up to Parker. I know you even kissed his bumper a couple times, and man, we were watching that battle more than anything. It was the best battle on the track. You just didn't have anything for him? We used his tires up? What happened there?
I knew that, like, because I know how he races, and I know like he races pretty hard. So I figured like I think I had one of the first 2 laps of the restart to try and get by him. And it just didn't work out, and then for the last 20 laps I was just trying to get by him, see if I could get to Trey, and couldn't do it because it's hard to pass here.
Yeah, that was a heck of a battle there, man. We did you ever think that maybe if you got to his bumper a couple times, maybe you could have given him a little kiss and knock, maybe get him a little loose, be able to get by him? Was that an option?
Nah, I already, like, I know that if I would have did that, he would have got me back at some point when it actually mattered to me. So I just decided to just, I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get that revenge hit back at you in the last lap or anything. So
Yeah.
you had a great run tonight, though, Malik. We were, watching you a little early on. You kind of had a little problems and had to battle back up there. But man, that was a heck of a race there with you and Parker. You got anybody you want to thank tonight? Any sponsors? Anybody that might be watching?
Just Kick-Ass Beef Jerky and JD Laird for all the paint schemes that he makes for me, and you guys broadcasting. I appreciate it. That was fun to watch and race.
Yeah, it was fun for us to watch, man. That battle there with Parker, like I said, we were having a great time watching that, though. But congratulations on your third place finish there, Malik. You probably pretty much, I got to look at the points, but I think you're pretty much locked in as far as the chase goes. So we got one more race to go, off week next week. So how you feeling about that?
It depends on what kind of track it is. I'm not sure what's next week, but I'm looking forward to it, whatever it
Indy.
is.
I
I
like Indy is the next one.
I'm looking forward to that. That's my second favorite track on the service.
Well, there you go. You heard it from Malik, our third place finisher. Congratulations, Malik.
Thanks, man.
All right, there you go. You heard it. Malik Ray, man, definitely knows how to get around this track. Well, I'll tell you what, Don, I'm going to bring up this next guy here, Parker Klingerman, who did everything he had in his power to hang on to second and try to win this race. Parker Klingerman, we're going to bring him up here and let you get a talking with him.
Got our second place finisher here, Parker Klingerman. Man, you had a great battle there with Malik. We were watching that the last 20 laps. That was one intense battle there.
Yeah, it was. Malik is always fun to race with in this league. He's really respectful and race you hard, and we always seem to have some really hard battles. But as I said, we even can, get together a little bit here and there and get away with it. So it's cool racing with him. But congrats to Trey, man. I feel like he jumped us all in the field. I felt like we had the race in hand, and then we let it get away from us with that caution. But that was an impressive drive by him in that last run.
Yeah, definitely. He was kind of just walking the way there. We were talking about you most of the night. I mean, you started deep in the field, and you worked your way all the way back up all night. We pretty much called it that, hopefully you were going to get it the way it looked. And just Malik there, trying to battle with you. Was it just a matter of just trying to hold Malik off, maybe wearing those tires out? Was that pretty much what happened there? Tire wear, just couldn't catch Trey?
Well, we started to catch him. I think I gained like a second on him in the last 5 laps, so I was catching him pretty hard. And it's funny, like I was so fast on the long run. Once we had those long runs, I drove away. And I think some of what I was doing, I just wasn't as quick that first 10 or 15 laps of a run. And so Trey got such a big lead, and I was trying to hold off Malik at the same time. And so the two combined, he just got far enough ahead that when my car started to come in, I just couldn't get to him. But it was a lot of fun, as I said, congrats to him. And as for starting in the rear, I actually touched the wall in qualifying and had a lap that was going to be second place. So I added more work for myself in this one, but that was a lot of fun.
Well, you definitely made it a good job, man. That was insane, that race right there. And you got anybody you want to thank tonight? Anybody that might be watching? I know this is a normal thing for you.
Yeah, well, no, I just always like to say thanks to Sim500. This is a great league. I tell so many people about it, and I hope people continue to support it and watch and would join us here, because I love racing this Cup Series at Sim500. It's great racing. We get a lot of great long green flag runs. It's a lot of talented drivers, as we showed tonight. And I just appreciate everyone letting me do it, and let's continue doing more of this.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here too, Parker. It's a great league. But congratulations on a second place finish. Way to go there, man.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
There you have it, folks. Second place man, Parker Klingerman, pulling it out tonight here in the 75 machine. Looking good doing it. This guy, though, like Parker just said, he put a wild card on him. And Trey Edson, he pulled it off here tonight. I'm going to talking with him. Trey Edson, Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, I tell you what, wild one there, but man, you did it here. You're the winner tonight here for the Carolina Reaper 177 at Darlington for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. Man, how you feel about that?
can't really believe it the way the race went. I messed up qualifying, so we started in the back, got to the top 10, and then there was a checkup off the 2. I got a little rear end damage, had to go to the back again, and it's just Darlington, man. You gotta keep your car as clean as you can, and right there at the end, I was like, I'm just gonna stay out and hope there's a caution. That green flag cycle, and I just got lucky. Parker was class of the field, I believe, and so to get that gap and be able to hold him off, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you started 29th, like you said, to bring that thing to the front. And even Parker mentioned it. He said you kind of just made an awesome pit strategy right there and took off on the field, and they were just unable to run you down. How was the tires? How was the actual the track itself to you?
It was slick, especially. I know you guys were watching the gap right there at the end. I had a pretty big lead, and I was like, okay, the car's driving pretty good. I think I can just kind of maintain this gap. And for whatever reason, I don't know what I was doing wrong down in 3 and 4, but Parker and Malik were just, I mean, it was 2/10 a lap. They were just eating me up down there. And then I was catching lap traffic, so I was just like, oh man, this isn't gonna be fun at the end. But it worked out. Yeah, like I just. I didn't run the whole season, so I have nothing to race for. I'm not in a points battle. I was 15th before they started green flag stops, and I was like, you know what? I got 20 more laps of gas. That can take me till about 10 laps left in the race. You never know. So it worked out. It doesn't always work out like that, but sometimes you look like an idiot in that strategy. But today it worked out.
Paid off for you in a big way. Win here at Darlington. You got anybody you want to thank?
No, just want to thank you guys for broadcasting and Sim500 for putting the race on. It's a fun league.
Absolutely. Well, again, there you go, folks. Have at it. The winner tonight, Trey Edson, putting it in victory lane there here at Darlington. And I tell you here, Don, we'll get our unofficial results order here as Trey Edson wins it. Parker Klingerman comes up in second. Malik Ray there in third. Mike Kelly fourth. E.J. O'Rourke up in fifth. Thomas George sixth. Chad Cole up to seventh. Nick Silver in eighth. Corbin Hemstreet the ninth. Chris Jaboo up in the 10th. We look through the rest of the field. Some guys, hey, they survived Darlington. Some, not so much.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do, is survive Darlington. I'm looking at the points battle right now, kind of get you guys a little early heads up. Jonathan Goodell moved up 1 spot. He is now 15th in points. Chad Coleman, he's in 16th, and he's right now tied with Nick Thames for that 16th spot.
Will be an interesting one heading in 2 weeks, folks, to Indianapolis. And and I'm going to get geared up for that one. And folks, as we leave here, that man right there, Trey Edson, pulling it off here tonight for the Carolina Reaper 177 here at Darlington for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that one. And as always, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good night.